Hello guys, SlashMVC here. We're playing Crash Landing 1.1.3 server multiplayer on the Arrakis server again. And I got a cool project going on. I'm just going to show you how we're going to get started. The thing that I want to do next, we're going to take over this building, which, hey, that's not difficult. And that building, and we'll take over that building and that building. Hey, we're going to take over all the buildings, but we'll start with the ones closest to us. We're going to do it partly with the aid of drones and partly with the aid of the diamond armor that I made, of course. I got the drones squared away, pretty much. I decided to go with 4 charging stations. Oh, hello, guy. Now, here's a question that I have. Why do they go over here to charge up? Do I have my helmet? No. Why do they go over here to charge up and then think about the next step of their program, but they don't go execute it? It's like they'll charge themselves up, but then they won't go back to what they were doing, which, I'd really like to fix that so I don't have to worry about it. But anyway, he's been killing people, killing mobs, killing the occasional player, putting a little mob essence in here, not a whole lot, because I need to get all 4 sides going if I'm going to get a lot of that going on. And something really lucky happened. He killed a zombie earlier, and I got a carrot. I'm really happy about that because I want to use my pneumatic helmet to find these spawners. The thing is, I don't know where. This is one reason I haven't explored the city much. I don't know where the pigman spawner is in that building. I've gone in there to look for it a couple of times and died every time because I can't find the spawner before the pigmen get me. So I want to have my drones guarding my back, and I want to know exactly where that spawner is by using the item search in my helmet. And the item search upgrade, I might need the block detector upgrade, but I know that I also need the item search upgrade, which requires a golden carrot, and I didn't have carrots before, so now I do. That'll work good, hopefully. I also started making netherrack over here, so I've done the thing where I just sort of knock a hole in the wall and throw something together and start making netherrack. I'll fix that. But so I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to renovate these buildings, and I'm going to use vanilla glass, which made me think, well, I want to stop using so much charcoal and start using a redstone furnace. And we'll have 2 kinds of buildings. Those that have the clear blue, light blue stained glass from Tinker's Construct, like this, which I've used here, and that's what's in the buildings already. I'm going to take that out of each building as I go, and I'm going to put vanilla glass in. Then when I have enough of this Tinker's glass, I'll make a building or 2 with the Tinker's glass. And that'll just be an easy way to get that done. Came in here and I think, okay, so I want to use a redstone furnace from, maybe I should just search thermal expansion. I'm not good at looking at long lists. Let's go thermal. Yeah. What? There. Okay. Which one is the redstone furnace? This one? No. Yeah, that one. Okay. Reception coil, bricks, machine frame, copper. Okay. Reception coil, bricks, and copper. Redstone, machine frame, right. Redstone and a machine frame. There we go. Oh, that's a transmission coil. There we go. So there we go. So I want to have a redstone furnace, and I'll just send a bunch of glass to it because I can actually send a bunch of sand to it from downstairs here in a minute. Oh, that thing's hot. Did you see my heat peak out now? One reason I've hesitated to put the thermal expansion machines together. Oh, by the way, this used to be my excuse me, high oven room. This is going to become thermal expansion room and probably my ME room, I'm guessing. I think I'm kind of done with the high oven for now. So if I'm going to have a redstone furnace, I need to power it. And so, of course, I thought that I would use a, where did I put that thing? Reactant Dynamo, because that's Crash Landing 101, right? And everybody uses mob essence and gunpowder in these things, because you get pretty good energy output, and you can get your stuff from your mob grinder. I don't really have a mob grinder, but I did notice that from all this sifting, you get a ton of glowstone. I actually have all this went through the auto packager already, so I've got a lot of glowstone. Another thing that comes out of dust is blaze powder. I've got 7 stacks of blaze powder. Now, I looked this up, and it's going to put out a pretty good amount of energy as far as I know. It looks like it's pretty good. It may not be quite as good as gunpowder and mob essence, but it's really pretty good. I'll get that from sifting dust. Well, here's my dust sifting, end result right here, coming out of the pipe. It was going to my auto packager. So what if I was to run the glowstone into here and have the, run the glowstone to a magma crucible and then output the stabilized glowstone? Is that what it's called? Destabilized glowstone? Oh boy, my memory. Oh, here it is. Energized glowstone from the magma crucible. Run that into it, and maybe my dust sifting operation could power itself. That'd be pretty cool, right? So, with that in mind, let's make a magma crucible. Here we go. And that's the one with the leadstone energy cell frame and the nether brick and the reception coil. Oop, not the transmission coil. Okay. And I should have some nether brick. Yeah. Cool. And what is it? Copper? Probably? Yeah. Cool. So that's kind of what I was thinking. Now maybe I'll put it about right here, right? And then I might need some liquid duct. I'll have to go grab some of that. So run the liquid duct down from there to like right here and have the glowstone going into it here, right? Yeah. And then, yeah, so let's move it over there. If it'll face the right way. And not quite what I was thinking, but which way do I want that to face? That's one question. I think if I turn it this way toward me, then my power piping is going to look a little strange. You know what I might do is build this wall back out and then run those wires behind. Yeah, that's probably the way to go. I'll do that, and then I'll come back. Alright guys, I actually was going to build that wall out. I got all ready to do it, and then I thought, well, wait a minute. That's usually where I put my barrels. We're not going to do that, but instead I just sort of move these item pipes around like this. I think this is going to work just fine. Let's put some glowstone in that. Oh, no. Yeah. Glowstone goes in here. Then that'll create basically a filter for that as long as it never runs out. That's an issue I'll have to address at a later date. This is going to have to receive, let's see, no items are actually going to go into it. So we don't need that to be there. So I can reconnect this here, right, like that. So that's going to get the items to the crucible. And the crucible, is it going to be powered like that? Probably not, right? Like, I don't think it can just be near the dynamo, but I'm not sure. And then there's also the consideration I'm going to have to jump start this thing. I'll have to get a little initial power to the magma crucible. I could just bring a battery up here and throw it down just to give it that first charge so we can get the liquid glowstone over here. But now that I look at it, I'm a little bit concerned that just being right next to it may not cut it. I think that the power has to come out this end right here. So how are we going to do that? Maybe like this. Whoa. Oh good, it stayed here. If my power could run that way, right? Or I could have some liquid duct. Where's my power cables going to run for all this stuff? I had been thinking, maybe here, in the back. That means I need to put my crucible maybe up against the windowsill. See, I want this to look just right. Let's, and no guarantee that it will, even after I've given this a lot of consideration. What if I output my, I could turn this sideways, right? and then I could output my liquid ducts here. That would move my machines one step forward. Yeah, I like that idea. I think that's going to work. Uh-oh. I hope it got picked up here. Yeah, good. So I want to set this sort of sideways. This way the items can import from the back. Like that. No, that's export. Let's do this. There we go. And then from out the right side, I want to output my liquids like that. Okay, yeah, this is coming together now. So the next thing that I want to do is, let's see, we're going to import, ha 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 ha. Yeah, of course you're going to be that way about it, aren't you? Oop. I like to put down a little piece of conduit for this thing to home in on so that it does right there. Now, hopefully, I can export my liquids directly to the dynamo like so. It doesn't solve my power problem, though, does it? Unless I loop back around or go straight up. I could go straight up and then straight over with the power cable to there, right? And then I could also split off in the other direction. Yeah, let's try that. Like, well, or not like that. What if I powered it like this? I'm only going to lose one slot for my barrels if I do that. Okay, and I should be able to rotate it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's what I was thinking. So that's going to output the liquids, hopefully, straight to the dynamo, and the dynamo is going to power it. The only other thing I've got to do is make sure that my items are going into the dynamo. No, wait. Am I sending items to the dynamo? Yeah, of course I am. I said I wasn't earlier, but of course I am. I'm sending the blaze powder to the dynamo. So let's get some blaze powder and put in there just for right now. Make sure that no other powders get put in there. And glowstone. Oh, it's going to be hard to click on that, is it? Here we go. And the glowstone's going to go in there. Let's go ahead and put a stack of glowstone in there. Yeah. Okay. Now, the next question is easily answered. Let's get a piece of... oh, by the way, I upgraded my pickaxe to steel. Much better. I'd lost my first steel pick, and I went back to using that bone one for a while. I gotta say, that's really no fun. You should always have a good pick. Okay. This is going to cut the power to my elevators, so I don't want to do this for too long, but I do want to see how much power we're going to get by doing this, and how much liquid glowstone and so on. So make sure we're outputting this way, like that. So this should start making liquids. Oh, but you can't put the battery on the face side of this machine, can you? It's okay. Put it right there, make sure it's outputting to the top. There. Now we should be destabilizing some glowstone, or whatever you call it. Yep, there it goes. Now, will it go from here to the dynamo without any liquid duct? I hope so, but it's fine if we have to use liquid duct. The suspense is killing me. I hope it'll last. Yep, it did. It went straight to the dynamo, which immediately started using the energized glowstone to make power, right? To make power? Maybe it needs more than 220 millibuckets. Oh, wait. I see this little progress bar moving, so I think that it's going to start generating power, maybe? And the power would then be going back in here. Is it working? Is it working? I can't tell until the magma crucible gets sort of full on power, unless we just take this battery off right now and then climb out of here. Okay. Is the crucible still getting power? No, it's losing power. Is this generating power? I can't tell. It did use one of the blaze powders, though. So it has produced some power. But did it produce enough power? I'm going to say probably not. Let's turn that off. Power output 80 per tick. You know, you'd think 80 per tick would be enough to counterbalance just one machine. Oh boy, it's getting really hot over here. Alright, we'll come back and check on that in a second. As soon as I figure out whether this is going to work, I'll be back. Okay guys, I think I figured out a way to test this out, which I've done some research. I think I'm going to go with 5 of these, you know, eventually, but let's start right here. Make sure that's on blue. Okay, that's outputting. Let's input from it. I think that's right. Is that the side that I'm looking at? Yeah, there we go. So this is going to take charge if there's any left over, or it'll split the charge with this crucible at least, and give me some idea of how much we're producing here. Once the dynamo gets full, and you know, this could be a little more full, but anyway, once this gets full and you go and put your blaze powder in there, okay, now it's going to start producing energy, which is going to be charging this crucible up, yeah, like so. Cool. I'm going to let it get a full charge, and it's going to charge this battery up also. Now we're going to try putting some glowstone in there. Not much, just a little bit, not 35, but let's put a little bit of glowstone in here. Yeah, we're not going to use it all. Okay, now we're losing charge. So this confused me at first, but you veterans out there probably know exactly what's going on. The magma crucible will consume, is it 400 RF per tick to run at maximum speed? Once it runs out of maximum amount of power it can use, it actually slows down. So it doesn't run as fast when it's not getting as much power. So the only question that you're going to have to answer is, when it's running slower, can it still keep up with the speed that the dynamo consumes the fuel? And I think that the answer is yes. One more. Give me one more bucket of that stuff. We still... Okay, so that's about all it can do. Or we get gaining power now. Right. Gaining power, because there's nowhere for the glowstone to go. And the battery's charging up. So that answers the question. Initially, when you fire this up with just one dynamo, you're going to be running at the slowest possible speed, and it's going to take a long time for the glowstone to fill up over here, and then it's going to take a really long time to get this full over here. Once you get enough glowstone in each one of these to allow the magma crucible to actually pass up in speed the dynamo, then you're going to see a net gain in power. So I'm getting a net gain in power in the crucible and in the battery at the same time. Now, in order to start this up 100% full power, full speed, you would need 5 of these dynamos. Each one is 80 RF per tick, and 5 of those, 400 RF per tick, there you go. That's maximum speed for the magma crucible. But using this fuel, I don't think that's going to be necessary. I'm wondering if it's going to top off. I hope it will top off, and I think it will top off. And then begin to just charge up the redstone energy cell with all of its energy. Boy, it's really hot over there by that dynamo. Got another bottle of water. I'm going to hang out over here for a second and let this process finish itself out. Now, as far as the question of how many machines is this going to be able to run, I'm not sure. You can, find out exactly how much RF per tick you're going to get out of, not RF per tick. You're always going to get 80 RF per tick out of the dynamos. The question is how fast they use the fuel. The glowstone, I think it's something like 400,000 RF per bucket. The blaze powder is absurdly high. The blaze powder is way greater than the gunpowder. And I think the glowstone is the top fluid that you can use in the reactant dynamo. So this should be, without using a nether star, I think this is about the most efficient fuel you can get. Okay, we're still charging up there. This one is... Are we still gaining power? Yep, we've crossed over into the 300,000s now. Yeah, I definitely think this is going to work. So that just leaves its decision time as far as how many dynamos to use. I've already set up, I'm ready to make as many as I need to make. So no worries there. As we add more of these thermal expansion machines and see how they run and how long it takes them to charge and so forth, then we'll just know exactly how many dynamos we're going to need and go from there. But I'd say that as of right now, it's going to need to, if I'm going to get away from using that Ender generator I have downstairs, I need to be able to power at least the 3 pulverizers downstairs and the magma crucible. How are we doing now? We're still gaining power. Good, good. Yeah, I thought this should definitely do the job that I wanted it to do, and it doesn't use the blaze powder very quickly. As long as this will power those pulverizers, then it should be able to keep itself fueled up. So I'm going to get this all set up, and when I get it up and going, I'll be back. Alright guys, I think I got it all hooked up. I just added one extra dynamo. Let's see, this one says it's gotten not getting, where is its power going? Oh, well, all of its power is going out here. Now, is it getting enough glowstone? See, we've got 10 buckets in here. And why is it not filling up over here? This is my question. Do we need to ignore that, or why are we not getting more glowstone out? That's a bit odd. This is definitely getting fluid from this liquid duct. Why isn't this getting it? Well, you'd think it'd be full, wouldn't you? It acts like it has stopped receiving energized glowstone. Maybe all the glowstone has been going into this one so far? I'm not sure, but I know this system is working. I know that because my battery is, well, it's now losing power, isn't it? This one here seems to have shut down. It's kind of odd. It acts like it's working here, but it's not taking in glowstone from over here. I don't really understand why yet. Are we losing charge still? Yeah, we were gaining it a minute ago. Of course, I did add this too. Well, this is the system. This is going to work. I had it working just a moment ago, actually. So the sifter is going to sift. These are all the byproducts of the dust. And then the ores themselves will come over here to be auto-packaged. From the auto-packager, they'll go straight to the redstone furnace, which is not gaining power either. Is it? 23,980? Yeah, I suppose it is. It's stable. Wait a minute. What's it cooking up? Gold ore dust. Oh. Oh. You know, when I hooked this up, I wasn't thinking about that it's working already. Let's hold off for a second here. We've got, this is going to be my output chest. It's already done 40 ingots. Oh, wow. That's just in a couple of minutes. I want to put this on hold for a minute. Thank you, sir. Yeah, that'll work. I just slapped these in right here to say, okay, I think I've got everything hooked up. I do have everything hooked up. It's running. Now am I gaining charge? Now I'm gaining charge here. So it looks like to me that when the redstone furnace is running, that we're going to be drawing a little bit more power than I'm maybe going to be producing. I am going to have to figure out why this isn't receiving glowstone at this time. This is kind of strange. Would that do it? It really should be filling up because there's plenty in the crucible. Oh, I know why maybe. Is this set to output? This is the right side, I think. Let's check that out. Yep, that's set to output for sure. It's receiving item input from the back, and then I should be flowing in both directions. I'm tempted to just redo this like so. Let's go ahead and put it back down. I feel like maybe something glitched a little bit there. Let's do that. Put that on output. Let's see if we're gaining it now. Yeah, there we go. I just had a glitched fluid duct or liquid duct. Alright, we're back to a power gain here. So here's the other thing that we're going to run off of the same source, which is right down here. I've had these sifters running on that ender generator. I no longer am doing that. I just run my power straight down from above. And this power is split off. It's doing my liquid transposer for my water, and then it's also doing, this battery is what? Gaining charge? Good. This battery goes to my kinetic compressor. So we're now running the sifters, which I'm now going to turn on. Or I mean the pulverizers, which is providing our dust, and the elevator, and the redstone furnace, and the magma crucible off of those two dynamos. If it does turn out that I need more power, it should be a simple matter to just throw in another dynamo, or 2, or 3, or 4, or 5, or however many it takes, because I like this system so far. I think it's going to work really well. These should be staying full of blaze powder. As soon as blaze powder comes into the system, they'll go here first, and then any overflow will be caught here. This should stay full of glowstone dust, and then any excess should go into the barrel, and then ores to here. Got a bunch of stuffed gold ore dust in there. And there you go. So all I have to do now really is just clean everything up, decide exactly how many dynamos I'm going to need for what I'm going to do, or add them as necessary, and call this mission accomplished. This is a system for sifting dust, which provides its own fuel. I'm pretty pleased with it. I hope you like it. If you have anything to say about it, leave me a comment. Otherwise, come back in the next episode where we are going to, I've been threatening to do this for a while, but in the next episode we really are going to take over these buildings. I want to put a flashing light up there on top of that, fill in all the windows, fill in the broken wall sections, and light up the inside and start making this look like a real city that's actually alive at night. So, catch you next time, guys.